so we'll keep an eye on that. Next news story. Nintendo, that Switch 2. People like it. They be buying it. They sold 2 million units in the US so far.
Yeah, 75% ahead of Switch 1's pace. Let's see. And the hardware sales were so strong in July that it is the highest July hardware spend since 2008.
Good God.
It is the best-selling console in the US this year in units and dollars sold, surpassing the PS6. The Switch 2 Pro PS5. We were just talking about the PS6. The Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller is now the best-selling accessory this year in both dollars and units. Last month, the Switch 2 became the fastest-selling game console of all time in the US, surpassing the PS4's launch. When asked if he meant that he thinks the Switch, when asked Piscatella at the time if that meant the Switch 2 could outsell the Switch 1, he offered a cautious take. The launch sales of the Switch 2 primarily tell us they made a lot of Switch 2s to sell at launch. Lifetime sales and launch sales of a console often do not correlate, meaning some consoles with small launches end up doing incredibly well. PS2 sold only 400K in launch month, while others with big launches end up not doing well lifetime. Since launch month demand is rarely satiated by available supply, and it is certainly not a great sign historically, all we can really get a read on is at launch is the confidence of the manufacturer to make so many units available and the ability of the supply chain to get those units into the market. So some other things that came out of this was the best-selling games of the month and year so far.
Yep.
Surprise, surprise, the college football is the best-selling game of the month.
Not surprised.
Followed by the college football Madden bundle.
Wow. Yeah.
I know this. Monster Hunter Wilds is still the best-selling game of the year so far, followed by Oblivion Remastered.
Interesting. Okay.
Overall software spending was up 4%, thanks to growth in both mobile and non-mobile subscriptions, offsetting a heavy drop in console spending. Console spending in general went down like crazy.
Okay.
Let me find here it is. I put this in my notes. So hardware, Switch 2 sold super well, and it drove the hardware growth. However, PS5 hardware fell 47% in sales. Xbox hardware dropped 69%, and Switch 1, which this one makes the most sense, dropped 52%.
Are you telling me the Xbox console dropped more than Switch 1?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
I told you everything that everyone thinks about the Xbox hardware at this point.
They also have their handheld that they've announced, and that they got some prices out for that thing. So
I don't think that thing is going to do well. But
I don't know, man. I don't see it happening, but I don't know. I have no idea.
I think the funny thing is, I think most of the people who are going to buy that thing, like, it would be like me if I was willing to spend the money. I would be like buying that thing and immediately turning off all the Xbox shit and running Steam as my primary store.
Right. Yeah, of course.
So yeah, the part about this that surprised me is PS5 falling 47%.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that seems really crazy when they have a bunch of big games coming out this year and next.
How many have they
and
sold
those have
so
been
far?
announced. It doesn't say total units, but it just says 40. Oh, how many total like PS5 sold, in general?
Up to this point.
They have sold 80.3 million units.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, but that is 40 shy of PS4, if I remember.
Right. We also have people that are. It's weird because like PS4, that's total across its lifespan, right?
Yeah, that's whole life.
And we've got a ways. Yeah. They're reportedly planning on a PS6 portable of sorts. And so like we're a ways away, I think, from the next generation. So them being over halfway through. That doesn't surprise me. And then you have the tariff stuff that is going to start taking effect. Where already our dollars are stretched thin. Prices are increasing. I don't know. It's tough.
Well, one thing that has come out recently, and this was from the IGN data group, I think it was a couple weeks ago, is they had more and more people, Gen Z and Gen Alpha in particular, are primarily gaming on mobile, like cell phones.
I mean, that makes sense, especially if you're including Gen Alpha.
Yeah, so a lot of people are. So enthusiasts like us, or people who are really insensitive to certain things, are going to be like, no, never. But a lot of people right now are cost conscious. You have to effectively own a cell phone to function in modern day.
Right.
You need it for. I mean, I've had jobs that just assume you own a smartphone.
Well, of course, yeah. That's how I clock in. Like, it's just what they do now. I wonder what the results would be if you just did Gen Z. Because what's the youngest Gen Z?
Hold on.
Look that up. Because if they're all working and out of school.
2012. The youngest Gen Z is 2012. So they would be 13?
Oh, what? Really?
97 to 2012.
Oh, well, yeah. Then, of course, mobile's ahead. Like, I don't know, man. Just...
Yeah. So... But that is a sign, though, that, like, even parents are not willing to drop money on, like, even the cheap console. You get a Switch Lite for, $200. Used, probably even cheaper.
Yeah.
Like, it's... and then... This is these tariffs and these even more dire economic straits are a this year problem.
Right.
And it's like, all right, well, I get it, 47% drop in total hardware for PlayStation. And I'm just like looking at that, I'm like, man, I'm looking at it, I'm just like, man, is the future really going to be just mobile?
I feel like we were having this conversation like 15 years ago, though.
Yeah, but like at least then it was just like the thought of, oh well, it's really convenient, everyone has one. Now you're seeing it in practice, and you're like, oh god, no.
Okay, so I don't know what the phone space is a whole lot. Like, I know you play Fortnite on phones.
You sure can.
Okay, I know you can play PUBG on phones because I smoked 99 other 8-year-olds in it, or however many people go in.
That's
let's see. Then can you play Rocket League on phones? I don't even know if they play Rocket League anymore.
They do. But you so I'm gonna check to see if you can play Rocket League on phones.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
But you
should.
But you can't. Well, I mean, I think that would be a great port, and it could easily be done, most likely. But you can play Genshin, you can play Honkai.
Yep, all the
Withering Waves. Yeah, you can play your Gacha.
Yep.
You can play your Gacha Brain Rot.
Absolutely.
And then I mean, let me look at the most popular games, right?
Yes, let's look at this. If we can pull up the games of because like what was happening 15 years ago was like Infinity Blade, Angry Birds, Cut the Rope, Fruit Ninja, and I was like, this is the future of games. This sucks. And I mean, if that was the case, that would be a bummer. But now it's getting a little more reasonable.
Now you can play your Gacha Rot. So you
can play Balatro on your phone.
Yeah, you know what? You can. You're right. Okay. So, I mean, that is one of the most popular games.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the top. So they don't have like a top ranked list on the App Store. Oh wait, yes they do. All right, here is the most played games in Game Center.
All right.
Clash Royale.
Of course.
Subway Surfers.
Wow.
All in Hole, Black Hole Games.
I don't know that one.
Piggy Kingdom, Match 3 Games.
That one.
Episode Choose Your Story. Now, there is a popular games option.
Okay.
Which does have more like real games is what we'll call them. Top of the list is Persona 5, The Phantom X,
Oh man, all right.
Sword of Convallaria,
Don't know.
old school RuneScape,
Nice.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel,
Wow.
SD Gundam G Generation.
Okay.
They got the Horse Girl game.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, they got like there's the occasional real game come out there. They're currently advertising Destiny Rising, that mobile Destiny version of Destiny
That's
made by
right.
the Diablo Immortal people. I'm gonna download that and let you know how terrible that is. Um,
I don't
so
know. Yeah, like I think with maybe phone, technology's getting better, and why are we buying all these machines, I guess?
I mean, I think you buy the machines, and this is. It's like, why do you still buy a regular, real camera? It's better than just a phone camera.
It is, but for a lot of people, the question isn't getting the greatest thing. It's about what's enough.
Yeah, absolutely. And you like, we've talked about it. You already own a phone.
Right.
You already own a phone.
Yeah.
So
if we're looking for like logical arguments, the idea of people leaning more towards phones makes sense.
Yeah, and then I think as a like, if you are a game developer or a game publisher, you want to go where your biggest audience is, which means you're going to you're going to make sure this runs on PC and console, but you're going to try and make sure it runs on phone as well.
Right.
Which
that would be a smart idea, but
Microsoft's just trying to do that through the cloud, and we know how well that works.
Man, yeah, nope. All turn-based video games. That's what you need to do with your cloud-based gaming.
I mean, yeah, like I tried recently. I had captured cameo footage, and I didn't want to rip the Xbox out of the closet, so I used the streaming option that Xbox has on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
And the first, there was definitely some input delay, and I was like, this castle doesn't look bad. And the second I got to a grassy field with like particle effects, it looked like a blurry piece of crap.
Yep.
And the thing is, I am on a wired 1 gig connection. What fucking hope does your cell phone have?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I don't know. I think for Gen Z, Gen Alpha, I think they're still skewed because at least a portion, if not the entirety of the generation, is going to be on phones primarily. I don't think. I think people are still playing Fortnite and still playing in terms of their console games.
Well, yeah, like that's another part of it is like the biggest portion of the audience is broken into like 10 games. Like over 50% of PSN's revenue is like 10 games. It's like 4 gacha games, GTA, and then the sports games.
Right.
It's very like people, and more often you're seeing less people considering themselves gamers, less people considering themselves gamers in general, and more considering themselves, I'm a Fortnite player, I'm a Call of Duty player, I'm a Marvel Rivals player. So, and first off, could never be me.
We tried for years. We're just not those kinds of people.
Yeah, like I like my variety too much. I love fighting games, for example, and even then, like, I play a lot of Street Fighter, but I jump around a whole bunch. And you see this even on Steam, which is, you could argue Steam is the most tapped in consumer, and even then it's live service, live service, live service, live service, live service, live service. I don't know what the fuck Bongo Cat is, but it's free.
I don't know if I want to know.
GTA 5 Legacy version, probably because live service mods. No Man's Sky isn't a live service game, but popular.
Yeah.
And then Apex Legends and Baldur's Gate. So like PC is very much that as well, where it's like you have forever games, like people just love so much they play them forever. Your Skyrims, your Baldur's Gates, and a bunch of live service games all at the top of the charts. And it's just, I don't know. Well, one of the reasons is financial for sure, but I don't know. Maybe it's my ADHD addled brain being like, variety, sweet variety.
It could be. It could be that we were just we were trained from an early age, checking out Tech TV and G4, where we were learning about all the video games. Whereas people being brought up, in the last 10 years, like it's you're following your favorite Twitch streamer who maybe mains a game because that's how they built their audience.
And I think part of it for me also growing up was the fact like I rented a lot of games. Mm-hmm. Like we'd go to the Blockbuster once a week, and you'd rent a game, and I would try lots and lots of different types of games. So
I wonder how many people know about GameFly. It's still going. I got my subscription.
Yeah,
I'm making use of it.
So dude, last night I nearly subscribed to Game Informer.
Just to remember what it was like.
just like the before time, like because I was like, I had last year I bought a couple episodes of issues of Retro Gamer.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I'm kind of in the mood to read a gaming magazine, like on the regular, like once a month, go out to my mailbox, get an issue, and go about my business.
Yeah.
And I was like, Game Informer's back, and I'd like to support more actual journalists and people who have standards. So,
like you can get opinions from anywhere, but like this is how we used to do it. We got these people vetted.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll just have to see. The financial situation that everyone is in right now is weird. We don't know where things are going to go. But I still think they're selling a hell of a lot. They seem to be doing just fine financially. These companies.
Games are doing better than ever. It's just a matter of AAA especially is in a very weird state.
Well, that goes back to what we were talking about with the Sony thing, the PS6 portable. We can make smaller games with smaller teams and maybe get higher outside teams to work on different aspects to break up the work, and it would help with job stability. It would help with making games less expensive and take less time to make if we scope them properly, because you can make a fun game without having to do crazy stuff. So I don't know. Gaming's gonna be interesting. We're gonna be watching the games industry from right here. So you want to stick with us? We'll keep you up to date week to week on what's going on.
We will make sure you are informed.
We are Game Informers.
All right.
Anyway,
you boys are hiring. We're out here.
We're here.
I got an Associates of English, baby.
All right. Next news story.